What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching the important things that really matter. Today, we're going to continue on in our business series of videos, and this particular video is going to be called How to Overcome Fear in Business. How to overcome fear in business. Now, what are you going to do? A lot of people may have never started a business before in their life. And so it's scary because you are coming out of your comfort zone. Also, in addition to coming out of your comfort zone and starting your own business, you don't know what you don't know as of yet. You don't know everything that you need to learn. You're actually going to have to use your speaking skills in front of people to talk to customers that may be interested in buying your product or service. So it can put you in a very uncomfortable situation, especially if it's direct sales. There are a lot of people that start their businesses and sell their goods or services on the street. You'll see a lot of people in different places. They may have a little table or a stand on the sidewalk. You've seen kids selling their lemonades. You'll see people not just selling lemonade. They'll be selling baked goods, or they may be selling CDs, or they may be selling hot dogs, or they may be selling anything along those particular lines. So one of the things that you really have to understand is that it's extremely important for you to overcome your fear. I know that it is very uncomfortable to have to speak in front of a lot of people. There's a guy that I know right now, he's got an excellent product. He has an absolutely excellent product. It is the best tasting carrot cake I have ever tasted in my life. And there is a man that made this carrot cake. I talked with this guy at least 4 or 5 times in the last 4 or 5 years. I've given him a lot of examples. I said, man, you need to take this cake. I'm your customer. I'm telling you, you have a high quality product right here. You can take this cake and sell it. I even told him approximately what he can sell it for, that people would not have any problems in buying a nice hunk of slice of his cake. I gave him the price that he can sell it for. I even told him where he can sell it at. But as you can see, as I stated before, I talked with him about 5 different times. Like, man, when are you going to go do this? You have an excellent product. You can be making money like today. You can be making money today. You got the best tasting carrot cake that I have ever tasted in my life. I talked with him 5 times about it. He has not moved on it yet. You know why I feel like he has not moved on it yet? Because he's in a little bit of fear. He's in a little bit of fear of doing it. He's a little scared. He probably doesn't know if he can really do it or not. And I'm going to tell you, you can do it. Like I was trying to tell him, that you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And so I'm going to help you to overcome your fear in starting your own business and or in direct sales, where you have to physically talk to a customer to see if they would like to buy your product or your service. So what is the first thing that you should do to try to overcome your fear? One of the things that I would suggest that you do to overcome your fear in business is practice your sales pitch. Practice your sales pitch. Practice your sales pitch. What do I mean by that? What I mean by practice your sales pitch, what you're going to be saying to your customer. It's going to be what you're going to be saying to your customer to convince them that they should buy your product or service. Once again, your sales pitch is what you're going to say to your customer that is going to influence them or encourage them to buy your product or service. You need to sit down and figure out a really good sales pitch. Now, after you then figured out a really, really good sales pitch, okay, then you need to practice and practice and practice your sales pitch and practice your sales pitch and practice your sales pitch. Stand in front of a mirror and practice your sales pitch over and over and over again. Look at yourself in the mirror. See how it's coming across. You have to be positive. You have to be excited about your product. You have to be excited about your service because you're pitching it to the person, to somebody who's going to possibly buy it from you. And if you come up with a real good sales pitch and you keep practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing, you have to practice your sales pitch so much that you be able to say your sales pitch if you're asleep. Once again, what is your sales pitch? Is and are the reasons why your customer should buy from you your product or service. Got it? That's what your sales pitch is. So continue, practice till you got it down, so much so that you can say your sales pitch in your sleep. That's number one. That's the first thing that you do. Once you got your sales pitch down, that you're going to be pitching to your customer to buy your product or your service, once you get that down, then one of the things I suggest you do is that before you go out, say like to sell in the street or to sell in a market, wherever you choose to sell at, what I always suggest that you do is this, that you pray before you go out, that you, number one, ask God to watch over and protect you while you're out there selling. That's number one. Number two, ask God to help you to sell your product or service and to give you the right words to say that will encourage, inspire, uplift, or influence people to buy your product or service. So the first thing that you do, or the second thing that you do, after you get your sales pitch down really, really good, and you got it completely memorized, that the second thing, the most important thing that you do is you pray, ask God to protect you while you're out there selling, number one. Number two, ask God to help you in your sales and to send customers to you. That will make you even more successful, okay? Now you done number one, sales pitch. Number two, praying about it. Number three, you got to talk to yourself to motivate yourself to get out there like you in a football locker room and the coach is trying to geek up the football players to get ready to go out on the field. You got to geek yourself up. You got to geek yourself up. You got to motivate yourself. You got to be like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I got my sales pitch down. I already prayed about it already. I got the sales pitch down. I already prayed about it. Now we're going to go out here and we're going to do this. We're going to make them sales. We're going to make them sales. We're going to do this. 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 Oh, we're going to do this. And then you get out there after you done geeked yourself up, after you done motivated yourself up, after you done gave yourself that good self-talk, that things are going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. You're going to do good today. And you go out there and you make those sales wherever you're going to sell out, wherever is your product and service that you choose to sell at. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself that you can do it, especially if you're an African American. Especially if you're African American, especially if you're a black person. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Keep saying it to yourself. You can do it. All right? Let's see. So now you done geeked yourself up. You done motivated yourself. You done had some positive self-talk. Now you got to get out there and sell your product. One of the things that's going to help you get over your fear real quick is when you make that first sales. When you make that first sales, let's say you're selling cake or you're selling hot dogs on the street or you're selling hot dogs somewhere, I don't know where. You selling your hot dogs, you're selling your cake. What's going to help you overcome your fear real quick is those first dollars that you're going to make. You're going to be like, wow, I made my first $5. I made my first $7. You're going to be happy. You're going to feel good. But let me tell you something about sales that's extremely important for you to know. You first of all got to have a nice personality. You have to be positive. You can't be having a nasty attitude or having a mean look on your face if you're trying to sell to people. Have a positive attitude. Be friendly. Be a sweet person, okay? These are things you have to do. Nobody's going to buy anything from you if you got a mean look on your face. What's going to help you to overcome your fear is the sales of your product. You're gonna overcome your fear real quick when you start making that money. It's gonna feel good. You're gonna feel good. You're gonna look good. You're gonna be like, wow, I did this. And also, too, what will help you in the beginning, when you start out, you might want to take a friend with you to go with you to help you to sell your product or service. Take somebody with you, take a family member with you, or take a friend with you to go out there with you, especially if you're female. It's always good to have a friend with you, and they'll sit out there and either help you to sell, even if they don't help you to sell. Just them sitting there with you will bring comfort to you, okay? And it might even bring comfort to you to have a big stick next to you too. Not saying that anything going to happen, but hey, sometimes some people feel a little bit more comfortable in having a big stick next to them also too. So you can take a friend with you while you're selling your product or service, okay? That's one thing. Also too, some ladies, you all have children. Look at the millions and millions of cookies, of Girl Scout cookies that have been sold by those kids. People love to buy from kids. You got a kid that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years old. Your kids, you train them, you can tell them how to go about selling, you can tell them, hey, get the people to come over here and buy some cookies or to buy some cakes, and your kids can help you for maybe an hour or two. And you can tell them, hey, go call out to that lady over there or call out to that guy over there and say, hey, come over here and try some of our cake and stuff. Or try some of our cookies that you may be selling. Or try some of our hot dogs, okay? Make sure that you have a good quality product before you start selling. Follow what I'm saying? Your kids are an excellent asset to you to help you. There's going to be two things that's going to happen when you got your kids out there showing them about business and how to sell. The first thing it's going to do is going to teach them how to sell. They're going to get firsthand experience as a kid to sell. So it's going to help them to overcome their fear at a young age, okay? That's one thing. Number two, a lot of people love to buy from kids. So it's nothing wrong in letting your kids help you for a couple of hours and they sit with you and they see how you're selling your product and your service and stuff, okay? They can help you for a couple of hours. Now, some people try to get a little ridiculous about it. You're not supposed to have your kid out there selling 4, 5, 6 hours, okay? You hear what I'm saying? You're not supposed to have your kid out there 4, 5, 6 hours helping you sell. But it's okay if the kid is helping you sell for a couple of hours, because you're showing them and teaching them how to get their own future businesses going also too. So this is helping them. Follow what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong in your kids helping you for an hour or two. Okay, that's a good thing. And you'll probably increase your sales by having some of your kids help you to sell your product or service on the street or somewhere, all right? So these are the things that you can do to help you to overcome your fear. So let's say, for instance, you've been selling for 6 months. People are going to watch you. They're going to see that you're making money. And they're going to want to come and maybe take your spot on the street, or they're going to come and take your spot at the mall or the fair or wherever, okay? That people are going to come because they're going to see you being successful. They're going to see you collecting money for your products and services, and they're going to want to try to do the same thing. And they may come and take your exact spot on the street. What do? There will be people who are going to say, hey, I can do that too. I've been watching this guy, or I've been watching this woman sell her cakes or sell her hot dogs for the last 6 months. I can do the same thing too. So you may come out there one day with your hot dog stand, and somebody had already moved their hot dog stand right into your spot where you normally stand out on the street. So what do? You don't want to get violent with them. They know that they didn't took your spot, but they also know that the street is nobody's property. So anybody can be out there. So this is a problem, or one of many problems that you will have when you have your own business. This is a problem. This is one of many problems that you will have in running your own business. You're going to have to deal with competition. Now, how are you going to deal with that competition that's now there? You go over there and say, hey, You in my spot. Get on my spot. This is my spot. Can't do that. Because the street is everybody's street. Everybody's paying taxes for the same streets. If they got there early before you, they just got your spot. So the problem is, this is like a math problem. You got to figure out, okay, if they're in your spot with their hot dog stand. So you park your hot dog stand 30 or 40 feet away from theirs, and you got to use your brain to figure out a way to make more sales with your hot dog stand as opposed to them with their hot dog stand. Those other people with their hot dog stand is going to be taking some of your business away. Now, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to cry and turn around and take your hot dog stand and go home? No, you're going to stay out there and compete. You're going to stay out there and compete and think about ways how you can sell more hot dogs than the other person with their hot dog stand. Your selling point might be your hot dogs might be more fresher, or your selling point might be that you have more condiments, or basically in a nutshell that your hot dogs are going to taste a whole lot better than the other person's hot dogs that's 20 or 30 feet away from you. You gotta come up with some type of redone sales pitch to let people know that your hot dogs are better than the other person's hot dogs 20 or 30 feet away from you. You're not going to run and go home and lose any money. You're not going to do that. The other person with the other hot dog stand wants you to turn around, go home, and cry and take the money that you would have made. So this is what you call competition. You stand your ground with your hot dog stand and with their hot dog stand, and you think of ways on how you can go about selling more hot dogs than the other person with their hot dog stand. This is a problem. It's like a math problem. So you got to sit down and figure out how to solve this problem to sell more hot dogs, because now they're cutting into your profit by selling hot dogs also too, or selling some other items. Do you follow me? You got to compete. You got to compete. You got to compete. You can't go home crying. Would you please like? Would you please share? Would you please subscribe? Greatly appreciate you. Follow these tips on how to overcome your fear, and you will do well. Peace.